Hello and welcome or welcome back to Juliet Pico Designs. I'm Jules, the owner, designer, dyer, maker, everything else of Juliet Pico Designs. And this is my video diary. I believe we might be joined shortly by my cat Ghost or not. She is currently right next to the camera. Giving me a grumpy little look. She may or may not join us later. But as I said in my last video diary, I do want to be doing these a little more regularly because I have a lot going on right now. I have a lot of whips, a lot of FOs, lots to show you. And so I will get right into it. First off, I guess I should show you my whip that I am currently knitting. This is, well, it's very boring right now, but this is the back piece of my Florafetti slipover, which is my pattern. It's in issue 13 of Making Stories, which was their, I think, second to last issue before they stopped publishing. So I'm re-knitting, and I talked about this in my last video diary. I just like the colors weren't really my thing on my sample, and they're beautiful colors, but they just don't really fit my brand or my vibe. And I also wanted to have an option for like a wider neckline. The one in the magazine has like a mock neck kind of. So it's a pretty like tight neck, and I just wanted a different option. So I'm rewriting the pattern a little bit. I'm going to publish like both options, but I wanted a sample in my own yarn. So this is in my Highland DK, and this is the undyed colorway. So I haven't dyed it. It's actually not really my yarn because I haven't done anything to it, but this is the undyed. And then I'll put a picture of my Florafetti vest so you can see, but it's got flowers embroidered all over it. So I will use my naturally dyed minis to do the flowers. So I'm excited about that. I was working on this last time. I'm almost done with the back panel. You can see it's actually knit top down. So these are the shoulders. Here's the neck. And then that's the hem. So this one's going to be a little more cropped too. And then it's just the front piece is, it's seamed at the shoulders or picked up and grafted at the shoulders. And then it's not attached along the side. Like it's not sewn together or anything, but I am going to add just like there's a little like tab that connects the front and the back. So it's like I don't know what you call that, like a tabard. And then pick up the neck and do a little neckline there, collar. So that will be finished by next weekend, by the weekend. So the 21st and 22nd of March, I will be vending at the Boston Public Market Fiber Festival. And I will have not like kits, but like I'll have like the yarn for this pattern. And the new version of the pattern will be out. And yeah, and you'll be able to get a kit and knit your own. So I'll have a couple different colors of the like full-size skeins for the main body of the Highland DK. So I'll have a couple different colorways. I'm in the process of dyeing those now, so I don't have anything to show you yet, although I might insert some footage of dyeing. I actually have some footage from the last batch of dyeing I did, which I already showed you the results of, but I don't think I ever showed you the process. So I will maybe add that in here because I also got a new spin dryer, and I don't know if I've shown you that yet. So if I haven't already shown you the spin dryer, I will include footage of my new spin dryer, which makes the dyeing process go so much faster. It's kind of the only way I'm able to like dye in advance of a show like this with this short notice. Like as I'm recording, today is Friday. The festival, the Fiber Fest at the Boston Public Market is like a week from tomorrow. So I'm going to spend this weekend dyeing, and then it'll have a chance to dry before the Fiber Festival. Okay, hello. I am here in my kitchen dyeing yarn. I've got a new camera set up, so I think it can track my face actually, which is kind of cool. I have a new mic, but the mic is out of battery right now, so I am just using like the camera's internal mic. I hope you can hear me. If not, I guess I'll just leave this all out. But I wanted to show you what's in my dye pot. This is the last pot that I'm doing for this little set of yarns. I am doing a trunk show at Boston Fiber Company. Actually, by the time you see this, it will have already happened. But any yarn I have left over will be on my website. So I have a pattern coming out in Lina's 52 Weeks of Favorite Sweaters. That book has also just been released by the time you're watching this. So I have a pattern in that book, and it uses a fingering weight yarn held with a lace weight, either Surrey alpaca and silk blend or a lace weight mohair and silk blend. So I dyed up a bunch of those for this trunk show at Boston Fiber Company. So I'm going to try to show you. This is my last pot. Let's see if I can use the camera. I think I have to undetect my face. There we go. And then I can show you. There, we've got a pot of logwood purple. And then bring it back to my face. So funny. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this. But I'm going to take the purple out of the pot, and I'm going to run it through my new spin dryer. I have a spin dryer that it makes drying the yarn so much quicker. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put you down right here. Let's see. I still squeeze out the yarn before I put it in the spin dryer because it just helps it be a little more efficient, I think. And also because the bowl I have to catch the water that comes out of the spin dryer is not very big. So I want to get as much water out as I can before. It's getting a little tangled here. There we go. So yeah, this is one of my favorite colors to dye. It's just logwood chips, no modifier, nothing. And this is like kind of the darkest version that I do. I also will sometimes use like the exhaust from the logwood, which results in like a lighter purple. But this one I wanted really dark because I have actually a lighter purple dyed mohair. Is it a mohair or is it the Surrey alpaca? I think it's the mohair. And this is the merino. This is my fingering weight merino base. And I think it'll look really good with the logwood exhaust dyed mohair. Light purple and a dark purple. And I know I've talked about like my dyeing process a little bit on here, but one of my hacks is that I just use shower curtain rings, like the little plastic guys, like from Dollar Tree, to keep my yarn together in the pot. They're just really handy, and they do break sometimes, but they're pretty reusable. So I don't feel too bad when I have to buy new ones. And that's the last skein from this pot. Let me see if I can show you some of the, I don't know if you can really see like the color, but it's still like pretty purple. Kind of looks reddish right now, but that's the logwood exhaust, and that's like still a good usable dye if you want like a lighter purple, because this is a pretty dark purple. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the spin dryer. So this here is my spin dryer. You just pop open the top, load in all of the yarn. So the trick though is that you've got to like distribute the yarn inside the barrel like pretty evenly. And so I kind of pack it down to try to get it evenly distributed around. Otherwise it won't spin properly. So let's see if we can get it going. That locks the lid on, and then you turn it over here and it starts spinning. So there it goes. And then you can see the water's coming out here. And you can see the water is like pretty purple tinted. I tend to have to wash my yarn like 3 or 4 times after dyeing it. To try to get that water to run a little clearer. And that's one of the reasons the spin dryer is so useful. Because it really cuts down on that drying time. So I can wash it, dry it, wash it, dry it 4 or 5 times, like within an hour. So let's see. And then just pull some out. And there we go. Nice dry-ish. It still has to dry a little bit. Still a little wet, but it's going to take a lot less time to dry now. So yeah, so that's that. That's the Florafetti. You can see it a little better now that I'm at the end of the row. There you go. That's the back. And you can see it's just plain stockinette. And then it's got this a little 1x1 rib border there. So that's that. Last weekend, I was at the Wayland Farm Fiber Days at the Wayland Farmers Market at Russell's Garden Center. And that is, that one's a really fun festival. It was, I've only ever attended as like an attendee. I've never vended before, but last weekend I was there with the Southeast New England Fiber Shed, and with my friend Erika from Grapefruit Gardenia. She's also a designer, a knitwear designer. And then our friend Kelly from Knitting on the Lake was also there kind of helping us out. And our friend Tiffany, who's also a designer, was also sort of hanging out at the booth and helping us out. And we were talking about the Hudson Valley Textile Project's Sweaters for Good initiative or campaign. I'm not sure actually what they're calling it. I guess it's a campaign. But yeah, basically the idea is just to use local wool, whatever local is to you. So obviously this project was started by the Hudson Valley Textile Project for Rhinebeck specifically, because Rhinebeck, the New York Sheep and Wool Festival takes place in the Hudson Valley. So Hudson Valley Textiles was like, we should have this initiative to get people to knit with local Hudson Valley wool for their Rhinebeck sweaters. And so it was originally called Rhinebeck Sweaters for Good, and now it's kind of expanded to just be Sweaters for Good. And it's also not just sweaters, it can be anything. The point is just to sort of support your local fiber economy. And so, yeah, so we were just talking about local wool, showing off some designs that use local wool. And then, of course, a lot of the vendors at that show are local farms, New England local. So, yeah, it was a really cool day. Oop, here comes Ghost. She's sniffing the camera. Do you want to come sit? Here she is. Do you want to come sit in my lap, baby? I don't think she knows what's happening. My camera is sitting on my cat tree. And so she's like in the thing above it. Do you want to come? Okay. What was I saying? Wayland. Oh yes. So it was such a crazy day. It was so fun, but we talked to so many people, and I barely had a minute to breathe. So I didn't get much footage. I think I managed to take like one little video of some of the sheep who were there. I didn't even look at like what farm the sheep were from or anything, but it was such a fun day. And Erika got a lot more footage. So actually, if you go over to her channel is Knit Kind, and she does a little video podcast as well. She probably has a lot more footage because she actually was on top of the recording of the event. But I had a great day, and I did come home with a couple of goodies. I did manage to go shopping to one other booth. So I'll show you what I got. I went to my friend's other Erika, Wild Violet Fibers, went to her booth. And I've worked with her before. I've used her yarn for my lava flow shawl. I used the alpaca silk cashmere fingering base, which is just like a super luxurious yarn. And I did my lava flow shawl with that. So I love Erika. She's great. And she has recently started dyeing fiber for spinning. So I got this gorgeous Targhee braid. So you can see it's this stunning, it's like these like purples and reds and greens and yellows. It's just really, really nice. This is the colorway Ochre. And it's just super beautiful. And I am going to learn to spin. I keep saying that, but I really do mean it. I really, really want to learn to spin. And I've started collecting a little bit of fiber here and there. I don't have too much because I don't want to like overdo it with a fiber stash and then start spinning and realize I don't actually like spinning at all. But I do want to give it a try, and I wanted to get some nicer, hand-dyed stuff. I do have also some like practice fiber that is just like undyed. Some stuff I got from Rhinebeck. I think I got a bunch of Romney roving. So and it's just like, it's like a white, like undyed. So I'll practice on that, but once I kind of get the hang of it, I'm going to try with my pretty hand-dyed stuff. I've been learning how to spin on a drop spindle, and I'm not great at it, and I don't love it. So I think I'm gonna get one of those little e-spinners, the little electric eel wheels, and give that a try. Because I think my thing with the drop spindle is just that like I still have to do the whole like park it thing. Like I can't just like let it spin and like walk around and draft the fiber. And so I feel like with the electric wheel, I can just focus kind of on the drafting part. And I don't have to worry about like making sure the spinner is spinning because it's electric. It will keep spinning. Oh, yep, here comes Ghost. She's gonna join us. Hang on. Uh-oh. She's gonna eat my yarn. Ma'am, please stop that. You can come sit. No, 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 no. You can come sit. She's such a menace. Look at the camera. Come here. Come sit in my lap. And then turn this way, away from my yarn. Yes. Can you hear her purring through the mic? What? You gonna purr into the mic? She's so cute. Such a cute little baby. So yeah, I'm gonna learn to spin. I will bring you along on that journey when I start doing it for real. I have like a really busy couple of months coming up, and so I feel like I'm not gonna. We'll see. I would like to start learning to spin like soon-ish, but I worry that I won't have any time, and I probably won't start actually spinning until like June when I have a bit more time. I have some international travel coming up because my brother's getting married in Germany, so I'll be in Europe for like 3 weeks. I will, of course, bring you along on that journey as well. You are just being a little. Poor Ghost won't be coming with us though. Okay. So yeah, spinning will be happening at some point this year. That's my promise to you. I will start learning to spin at some point in 2026. So that's the only thing I bought at Wayland. But I did get a little something from another vendor. Our booth was across from Hurricane Hill, which is a farm in Rhode Island. And I followed them on Instagram for a while and I loved their stuff. They do really cool stuff. But this was the first time I got to like meet Drake in person and actually chat to her. And so we got to chatting and it was really, really fun. And I was talking about how I have not really knit that much with long wools, which is what she specializes in. So she very kindly gave me a skein to mess around with and try to design something with. So this is Leicester long wool. It's a 2-ply worsted, so it's 250 yards. It's grown in Rhode Island at Hurricane Hill Farm. It is dyed and spun at Still River Mill in Connecticut. And yeah, so we've got Woolvolution. I love that. But yeah, it's this gorgeous orange that's like, I can't even describe it. So the yarn is called the Glow Up. And it's just, I'm probably not capturing it well on camera, but it's just, it literally glows. I mean, it's just so, the sheen on it is stunning. And it's 100% Leicester long wool, which yeah, I've never knit with. I am just blown away by the color and, I can't wait. I can't wait to mess around with it. I think it's really, really gorgeous. And, yeah. So yeah, rare breeds, small farm, rare breeds. Love it. That's my jam. So I can't wait to mess around with that. So really excited about that. If you've ever knit with long wool, tell me about it. Tell me about your experience. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you have favorite things to knit with long wool? You're being a real menace. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you think of it. So that's what I got at Wayland. I do have one more stash acquisition to show you. I'm trying to keep my stash small. I'm trying not to buy too much yarn, but I have had this yarn in my stash for 3 years now. I think I bought it in 2023. Well, I'll just show you. I bought it at a shop in Edinburgh in 2023, and it's a British wool. It's from West Yorkshire Spinners. It's their Croft DK. So it's 100% Shetland wool. And this is the colorway. What does it say? Oh, Tangwick? Tangit. I don't know how to pronounce that. But it's this really cool, like speckly situation. It's got orange and blue and cream. And it was like a little slightly outside my comfort zone. Like it's definitely a very orangey, but with that sort of like bright blue in there, it was sort of like, ooh, I'm doing something crazy here. But the person who was working at the shop, it was Ginger Twist Studio, but before they moved into their bigger space. So it was when they were in like a tiny little it's like honestly a shoebox of a store. I don't know how they fit as much yarn in there as they did. But yeah, I was chatting to the person who was working there, and they were like, no, you gotta give it a try. So I bought it. And then I was looking at like projects on Ravelry that have used this colorway, and it looks really cool, but I think when I bought it, I was thinking I'd maybe do like color work or something. And I'm now like, I don't really want to do color work with it, but I don't want it just on its own. So what I did was, something's blinking at me. Well, that's fine. If the camera dies on me, that's that. So I've had this yarn sitting in my stash, wondering what to do with it for a couple years now. And I realized like maybe last year, ooh, not the mic, babe. I realized like last year that I wanted to do, I think it would be cool to hold it with a mohair, because I think if I held it with a mohair, the mohair would kind of tone down the like chaos of the speckles. I think it looks really cool when it's just knit up plain on its own, but it's not something that I would probably wear on a regular basis. So I wanted something that was a little more wearable. So I've been thinking about this for a while now. You are just really determined to get in the way. Good grief. What are you doing? Okay, she might leave for a minute. So anyway, but I wanted to get like an orange or something that would go well with these colors. So I was at my local yarn shop, Gather Here, and I found this beautiful, beautiful orange mohair. So this is Dirty Water Dye Works, who is local. Obviously, Dirty Water refers to Boston. And I've worked with her mohair before, actually in my Bayaltina tank. One of the yarns is, it's the same yarn, but in a slightly different color. I used the persimmon for that tank, which is like a bright orange. This is the color ginger. So it's a slightly more brown orange, I guess, which actually in the Croft, the orange is quite dark. It's a pretty red orange. But I think these two will go really well together. And I'm really excited about this. I kind of thought I would cast it on like soon-ish, because I'm going to be doing a reworking of one of my old patterns. It's my Just So Classic raglan, and it's just a plain, it's just a classic top-down raglan. It's very simple, but it's just like a plain stockinette. And so I thought this would look really good with that. I'm re-knitting the sample. I've actually already re-knit a sample. I re-knit a sample in Loopy Mango Dream, which is their worsted weight merino, and I use the color Bordeaux. But that sample was for Boston Fiber Company because we're using it as a sample for My First Sweater class, because that's the pattern that we use in that class. So I made that sample, but I don't have a sample of my own. And I actually just taught the last session of that class last night. The last session of the first time that we're running it with this new pattern. And I obviously was knitting my own sample during the class, but I was cheating a little bit and using a bulkier yarn so that it would go faster. Oops, Ghost is messing with the camera again. And I ended up not even getting past, I literally like just finished like the short rows at the neck shaping. I'm nowhere near finishing it because I ended up not knitting much in the class. I was mostly knitting other projects in between classes. So, oops, but also that's the wrong yarn. So I didn't want my own actual sample to be in a bulkier yarn. I'm using the Brooklyn Tweed Quarry, RIP Brooklyn Tweed. I love their yarn. I'm so sad they went out and they stopped doing yarn, but I still have some in my stash. So yeah, I'm using the Brooklyn Tweed Quarry, which is a great yarn, but it is A, discontinued, and B, the wrong gauge. So that doesn't really work for an accurate sample. So since the pattern is for a worsted weight yarn, or a worsted weight gauge, I have a DK, I have a mohair. I'm going to knit it up on the, I believe they're size 10 needles are called for in the pattern. And I think it'll work. And yeah, so that'll be my sample for my own Just So Classic sweater. But I think I will wait to start knitting it until the next time we run the class. So we are running the class again, I believe, starting in June. So yes, so these will get knit up starting in June. Oh my goodness, she is doing something. What are you doing back there? Okay. So that's that. Another whip I have to show you from the last diary. So I think I told you in the last diary that I was knitting another version of my Simply the Best using Junction Fiber Mill, and that I was going to finish it in time to wear it to Wayland. Oh, hi Ghost. Would you like to be on the podcast? Okay. Anyway, I told you I was going to wear it to Wayland. I did not wear it to Wayland because I didn't finish knitting it. But I did make progress. So I have finished the main body. Oop, oh boy, here comes Ghost. Oh my God. Girl, she's being crazy. I really don't know what to do with you right now. Oh my goodness. Girl, chill out. Anyway, oh, good Lord. Stop it. Girl, give that back. She only has like about 1 million mice to play with. She doesn't want to play with the mice. She wants to play with my work. Ooh, let's see. See if that'll keep her distracted for a minute. So, my Simply the Best V-neck with Junction Fiber Mill. This is, oh boy, Ghost, I really need you to chill. I really need you to chill out. Go take a nap or something. This is, no, I'm so scared to hold it up. This is the front. This is the back. I don't want to move it around too much. As you can see, so I finished the body, and then I did the collar in the undyed roots, and I also did the hem in the roots, the undyed, and I'm gonna just pick up the arms and do little cuffs for the arms, also in the undyed, because I've used I had 2 skeins of this. This is the Cider Donut, their 2024 Rhinebeck colorway. Hi, Ghost. Oh, good Lord. She's crazy. And I used all of it in the body. So, but yeah, I think I like the way the undyed, the natural is contrasting with and I like this sort of stripe along the middle, the stripey situation. I think it's cute. So I'm excited to wear that. I think it'll be good for springtime. Obviously it's very autumnal colors. Everything I wear is autumnal colors. But I think it'll be good for spring because it's, I can wear it over t-shirts. I can wear it maybe on its own. We'll see. As like a little crop top type thing. So those are my whips. I think that's all that I have to show you today. Oh, my goodness. Can you come sit and be calm for a minute while we chat? Okay, we're settling in. So, as you may have noticed, a lot of my whips and upcoming projects are new samples of my previous designs. I've been doing that a lot more recently. I think I'm sort of not really slowing down with the designing work that I'm doing, but I'm being more intentional about it. And I'm sort of simplifying things, I think, because I kind of have sort of a core set of patterns now. Not all of them are published yet. I'm still working on that part of it. But I have sort of like standard templates that I like using, and I have so many ideas for different sweaters that kind of use the same basic template. So I want to sort of showcase how you can do different things with the same pattern. Use a slightly different yarn, use different colors, use scrap yarns. I have a bunch of scrappy projects that I'm planning. And also just how you can kind of modify things a little bit. So a lot of my upcoming projects are not going to be designs. Some of them will be designs, but some of them will be existing designs that I've already published previously that I am sort of just doing a little differently or using a different yarn. And so I'll definitely write up like Ravelry pages for them. I'll definitely talk about them here. I might also write like blog posts that go more in depth into what I did, especially if I made like significant modifications or if I have like a special technique I used or something. I'll write up a little blog post that kind of showcases that pattern and how I modified the pattern for that particular project. So yeah, that's kind of my plan for the coming months-ish. I do have like actual new designs coming out too, but I also just sometimes want things to be a little simpler, a little easier. And with the yarn dyeing side of my business kind of picking up a little bit, I've felt a little more leeway, I would say, to scale back the designing a tiny bit. And also, I would like to showcase my own yarns in my designs. And so some of the stuff I designed before I really started dyeing much, I will be making new versions of that using my dyed yarn so that you can see what my yarn looks like when it's worked up. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. I can't remember if I talked about this last time, but I did hire a pattern grader. So I now have somebody who's grading my patterns. And then I have my tech editor, my brilliant tech editor who I love so much. I have 2 tech editors actually. I don't know where I would be without them. So I'll have my grader and then I'll have my tech editors. And so that will also really simplify the pattern process for me. It's a lot more complicated for them. They have to do all the work. But it just really helps me because then I can kind of just focus on like the actual like design work, and let the experts handle all of the math and really technical details for grading across the size chart and making sure my patterns are clearly written and correct. Of course, that's not to say there's like no math or technical work in the actual designing part, but that part I've always been pretty good at. It's the grading across the size chart and then getting it published has always been the hardest part of the design process for me. So having other people to help with that is going to be a big help. I think it'll make a big difference. So I'm really excited about sort of this new direction I'm going in. It's not really a new direction. It's just how I've sort of been drifting these days. And I think, I'm sort of just taking everything a little less seriously as well. Like social media, being a little more free with that. The video diaries, I'm less worried about like looking perfect, as you can probably tell by my hair and my outfit and everything today. It was a bit of a, I didn't get much sleep last night. So, but we're just doing the best we can and showing up as we are. Right, Ghost? Right, Ghost? She's really mad because oh my gosh. Her other mom, my roommate, is out of town right now. And so she's been sad. She's been lonely. She only has me to hang out with. But don't worry, your other mom's coming home soon. She's coming home soon. So that's kind of it. That's where we're at. And I hope you enjoyed this video diary. I will insert footage of Wayland. I will insert footage of me dying. I also, despite the fact that there was a wind chill of like 25 degrees today, there was some really nice weather earlier in the week. So I think it was on Tuesday, we had, it was like 75 degrees. So I did get to go sit on my patio and get some knitting in. That's when I was working on my Simply the Best. So I'll insert some footage of that as well. You can see there's like still like a snow pile in my back garden. I posted a little short video on Instagram and you can like see the snow pile in the background, but I'm just like sitting there in my flannel and knitting away. So yeah, that's life in New England right now. Had our little false spring and we're back to winter, and then we might have some more warm weather, and then we might have some more snow, and then who knows. So I'm definitely not putting away my sweaters yet, but I am also starting to break out some of my dresses and skirts and more summery stuff. So yep, that's where we're at. I'm rambling now, so I will let you go. I will see you in my next diary. Yeah, until next time. Bye. Say bye, Ghost.